Hey folks, John Ambrosic here from Smail GMC in Greensburg, and I'm sitting here next to me have the all-new redesigned 2018 GMC Terrain. So we're going to take a ride in this thing today, show you everything that it has. This particular model is the Denali, so it's pretty much got all the bells and whistles that you can get. We're going to go over some of the features that are new on the vehicle from the old model. Like I said, take it for a ride and show you what's new and fantastic about this car. The 2018 Terrain's been redesigned completely front to back, top to bottom. We're going to start up here in the front. So right off the bat, you're going to see the GMC signature LED that kind of runs around. It's a C shape that they reflect on the Terrain, the Sierras, and the new Acadias. So it kind of ties all their vehicles together. You see we have the LED HID headlights, which is going to be standard on all of the Terrains, whether you're looking at an SLE or the Denali. You're going to get that all the way across the board. When you come down the side here, you're going to see the dramatic styling, restyling that they actually did. In that swooping window in the back, it kind of really neat looking, sporty. They actually shortened the vehicle for 2018. By doing away with the V6 engine. So they were able to shorten the hood a little bit. It's a little bit smaller on the outside, but bigger on the inside. We come around to the back and you can see all new redesign in the back also. You have the C-shaped tail lights. You have your dual exhaust on the Denali here, your backup sensors. So you're going to have the dual exhaust for the 2-liter turbo engine that's available on this. One of the other nice things they have now is push button start and keyless entry. So you have the buttons that are on the doors. You just walk up as long as you have the key fob with you, push the button to get in, and push button start. One of the key features that they added to the Denali is your hands-free liftgate. So basically you just have your key fob with you. Real nice, you come up, it's going to be between the driver's side tailpipe and where the trailer hitch will be. So basically the middle of the car, you're just going to walk up, swing your foot in, back out, and it's going to actually lift the tailgate up for you. Still has the programmable setting for the tailgate. So again, this is the highest setting. There's a 3/4 setting, which is actually a program setting to where you can move the tailgate up to the height you want it to. Push and hold the button. It'll actually store that position, and it's going to only open the lift gate up to that height. So, which is nice for if you're parking in a garage with maybe a low ceiling, you don't want this tailgate to go up and hit. You can actually stop it before it gets there. One of the other key features, again, that I went over is the rear seat. So big thing here, you can kind of see the difference in between the old Terrains here and the new ones. So big thing, the old Terrains, you had to go over and lower the seat by the back. You had a little button here on the top. In the new one here, they put a feature in here like they have in the Acadia. So over here on the side, you have 2 handles. One is for, and it kind of gives you a little diagram there. You have a 60-40 split, and you can see the bigger seat on the left side, the smaller seat on the right. So you're going to have the top one here with the arrow is the smaller seat. You just kind of give that a pull. It's going to fold the seat down. You have the one here on the left. You're going to pull and fold that down. And again, you can see folds down a lot more flat than the old Terrain did. The other big thing that's a difference is the old Terrain, when it folded down, you had, depending on some of the options, if you had a cover, there was a space behind the seat because the seat slid back and forth. So there was a plastic panel there that covered, but if you didn't have that plastic panel, there was actually an opening there. That's gone. Again, you have more or less a fully functional folded seat. GM actually designed this to where your front passenger seat folds flat. So you're able to fit an 8-foot long item all the way through the vehicle. In the rear seat of the Denali here, one of the big things that I mentioned was the fact that they added some ventilation to the back. Again, was a big complaint with the people that had the previous Terrains, no ventilation in the back. So you can see there's vents here. In the Denali now, you have heated outboard seats. So you have your buttons here for the bottom, it'll heat the bottom and the back of the seat, or this one here will just heat the back of the seat. So again, they're in the rear. You have your two outboard seats that are heated. You have two USB plugs there that are for charging only. And then in this one here, there's also an available 12-volt outlet at the bottom. Okay, so now let's hop on inside and get this thing on the road. All right, so here we are inside of the all-new redesigned 2018 GMC Terrain, and it's new bold styling. You see the inside of the vehicle, a lot has changed inside as well as outside. Biggest thing, we got the push button start. So for all the people that were complaining about the keys and whether they're gonna move forward, they finally have it. So foot on the brake, hit the start button, we're good to go. Kind of look here, again, everything has changed from the old Terrain. So the whole center stack here and the console is completely redesigned. You got your dual climate zone. Another big thing, vents in the rear seats for the rear passengers. That was another big complaint on the old Terrains. But the biggest difference here that you're going to notice right off the bat, no shifter. So what GMC did is they actually went to a push button transmission and made this console narrower, and now you actually have your side-by-side cup holders as opposed to being front to back like the old ones were. So it, big difference. Easy to get used to though. Very intuitive. Buttons, can't screw anything up. Your drive and reverse buttons, can't push them. You have to actually pull them towards you. The park button, obviously lit up. You have your neutral button, and then this L button over here, you can actually, when you're in drive, the new Terrains have a 9-speed transmission, and what that is going to do is you can actually limit yourself to what gears you shift up to. So if you don't want to use all 9 gears, you want to stop at 6th, you just hit the plus until it comes up here to 6th gear, and then the car will just shift through up to 6th gear and won't go in any further. Now you're going to have the same controls pretty much across the board with the Terrain, the Acadia, and the Sierras. So you have all of your driver information control center controls on the right side. Left side, you're going to have your cruise control. Again, we have the Denali, so we have the heated steering wheel, your forward collision button, and then you have your hands-free buttons here for your Bluetooth and your voice commands for the vehicle. Also in this one here, you're going to see the nice wood trim here. You have your memory setting here for your seats for the 2 different drivers. Headlights, again, automatic. And again, I just kind of like the way that they've kind of cleaned everything up here in the car. So another big feature that they added, they went from a completely all the time 100% all-wheel drive system in the old Terrains. Now they have the available switch. So when you have the all-wheel drive system, you have a knob right here on the center console. It's going to be like the Acadia. So you can actually, right now we're in front-wheel drive. If weather needs to be, you're going to turn the knob, switches over to all-wheel drive, the light's going to light up. So you have your all-wheel drive, and then this would be for more of a snow air conditions or, sand, mud, dirt, anything like that. You switch it over to that one. And then again, when you're not using the all-wheel drive, you just switch it back. It's going to go to front-wheel drive, save you some money there on your fuel economy. You also have your button right here for your lane keep assist. And again, with the Denali, you're going to have heated seats in the front, plus ventilated. One of the other big features that they changed, if you had an older Terrain with a sunroof, that the sunroof was smaller. It just covered the front passengers. With the all-new 18, it is a panoramic. So big difference here. You're going to have a power shade. You hit that thing and it's going to open the whole way back and let light in for the rear passengers also. So you have the whole roof here open up. The controls, when you hit the button to open the sunroof, you're going to get a vent function. You hit it again, it's going to slide back, and there'll be about 6 inches or so kind of left open. You can hit it a third time, and it's going to slide the whole way back. So you have from this bar in the middle all the way to the front completely open. Big difference, again, opens the cockpit up in here dramatically, lets in a lot of light, and it just kind of makes it feel a little bit more open. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to hit the road and see how this thing handles. So again, the all-new push-button transmission. You're just going to pull it. Drive is lit up. We're ready to go. Now you can see too, they completely redesigned, like I said, the center stack in these. Radio is completely different, so it's a little bit closer to what GM has currently in the Acadia, and similar to the trucks. It's also similar to Cadillac's new Q system. What we're going to do here, I'm going to try and get this up here to demonstrate the lane keep assist. So basically, once you hit speed, the system kicks in. It's reading the lines in the road. As you kind of start to drift over, the steering wheel is now gradually nudging you back over, so it's not really noticeable, but again, it's more of a less intrusive warning system instead of the beeping. So it kind of just nudges you back over. Again, if you use your turn signals to switch lanes, it's going to override that. This is, again, just a safety feature because it thinks that you're doing that unintentionally. Maybe you're daydreaming, reaching over for something, just kind of take your eyes off of the road for a second and start to maybe drift towards, the lane next to you. Again, it's just going to kind of nudge you gradually back over there. Again, we have our forward collision warning also that's available on this vehicle. And what that's going to do, again, just monitors the cars ahead of you, takes a picture of those, and depending on your speed, you have a little green indicator that's on the dashboard that as long as you're within a safe stopping distance of the car in front of you, indicator is going to remain green. If you do get a little bit too close, it will start to turn yellow, and if you get really close, it'll actually flash. You're going to get a flash from in front of you here. There's a little set of lights that are up on the front of the dashboard there down towards the windshield. Those are going to actually reflect up onto the windshield in your line of sight, so to give you another warning. The all-wheel drive system too, the way that you can turn it on and off is nice because you can actually do it as you're driving. You don't have to come to a complete stop to do it. You can just turn the knob as you're driving, which again is a nice feature. One of the other features that are available through the lineup, you have your blind spot monitoring. So if you see here in the left mirror here, I have a car that's in my blind spot. You're going to have that yellow light up over there to let you know that there's somebody there. They move up past you, it's going to go off. But again, now if anybody gets in your blind spot there, maybe you don't see them in your side view mirror, it's going to light up and let you know that there's somebody on either side. So I have somebody in my side blind zone right now that's lit up. Now if you don't see them and you try to switch lanes, you see there you're going to get a blinking signal when you look over into the mirror. Again, it's going to blink when you turn your turn signal on, just to let you know that there is somebody there and it's not safe for you to switch lanes. One of the other features that are available now on the Denali version of this is the IntelliBeam headlights. So there's actually on your stick on the left here that controls your high beams and your turn signals, there's a button there for your IntelliBeam headlight. And basically what that is driving at night, your automatic headlights come on, and what that's going to do is it will actually take control of your high beams and turn them on and off automatically. So what it does is it uses a camera that's located behind the rear view mirror facing forward, and at night if it's dark enough, it's going to automatically kick your high beams on for you, and then if it senses a vehicle coming towards you, if it picks up headlights at all, what it's going to do is it'll automatically shut those high beams off for you, so you're not in one of those situations, maybe you're driving and you've been on the road for a little while and completely forgot that you had your high beams on, and you have a car coming towards you, and what they end up doing, flashing their high beams at you because they're a little blinded. This way here, again, it's going to pick that car up, it's going to shut the high beams off automatically, and when the car passes you, it's going to turn them back on. The other thing that it's going to do is if you come up behind a vehicle, it will actually sense the vehicle's taillights and shut the high beams off that way for you also. Another big thing, again, that they changed on these vehicles, they shortened the hood, which was enabled them to shorten the overall length of the vehicle by a couple inches. And the way that they did that was they got rid of the V6 option. They have 3 available 4-cylinder engine options. Starts out, the base engine is a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo. You move up from that to a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel, which is new for the Terrain. And then the top motor that they have is the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, which is available on a lot of GM vehicles, pretty much as a base engine. So you're going to have that across the board with Cadillac. You're going to get that in the ATS, the CTS, Buick is available, and a lot of Chevy vehicles also. So it's an engine that's been around for a while, but those are your 3 engine choices now. And the one that we have in here is the 2-liter turbo. And kind of right off the bat, I mean, it's a very, very nice engine, powerful for, you know, small engine, quiet. You know, you give it gas and it's, you know, they're instant response with the turbo. If you haven't ever driven a turbo, you know, I know a lot of people come in and they're just not really sold on the fact of buying a turbo. And fact is, it's a lot of manufacturers now are putting that engine, a turbo, in some form in a lot of their vehicles, because what they can do is put a smaller engine in there, put the turbo on there, give it a little bit more power, but you're going to get better fuel economy than you would with a bigger engine. So, you know, they're trying to, you know, help you out with gas mileage and, you know, but allow you to still have that power that you had previously with the V6. Another thing you notice right off is this new Terrain. It handles it's very sporty feel to it. The steering is very light, very responsive, electronic steering. So what that's going to do is it automatically adjusts to your speed. So if you're in a parking lot somewhere and you're trying to pull into a parking space or back out of a parking space and you're at lower speeds, nothing driving off of the engine. It's its own electric system. And what it's going to do is make the steering very light and easy for you, so you don't have, you know, you're not laboring to try to turn the steering wheel. As you drive the vehicle and you get up to speed, it's going to cut back some of that electric assist. So it's going to give you a tighter feel as you're driving a little bit faster. So again, you don't make like a sudden move and it's, you know, kind of overcompensating for itself. So the warranty is in line with the rest of GM's warranties. 3-year 36,000 bumper to bumper and a 5-year 60,000 mile powertrain. You have your roadside assistance, which is going to cover you for the length of your powertrain, which is 5 years 60,000. And what that's going to do is you run out of gas, flat tire, break down on the side of the road somewhere, you're going to call GM roadside assistance. They'll actually send a vehicle out and help you out. Some of the new features also that are available on the Denali that they added along with the ventilated front seats. One of the other ones now is the surround vision camera. So again, if you're kind of familiar with that feature at all on Cadillacs, I know Chevrolet has it and GMC has it on the Acadia. Buick also has it. One of the things that it's going to do is when you either put the car in reverse or put it into drive, it's going to show you an above view of the vehicle to the left of your backup camera. We have a lot of these Terrains in stock now, everywhere from the SLE up to the Denali. And if you come to Smail, I mean, we do a lot of stuff, you know, for our customers. We have courtesy vehicles, so if you come in and you have to leave your vehicle overnight or for a couple days for any type of service, we have courtesy vehicles for you to drive. When you buy the vehicle, you have free lifetime state inspections for the life of the time that you own the vehicle. We have a courtesy shuttle that will take you, you know, anywhere. If you're just kind of staying for a couple hours for service and don't want to hang out at the dealership, you can go up to the mall. There's lots of restaurants around to go to. The bookstore, wherever you want to go, we have the shuttle that will pick you up and take you and drop you off and then bring you back when your car is finished. We have free car washes when your car is in service. The auto butler service. I mean, Smail kind of goes out of their way to try to help their customers out and make it as enjoyable for you as possible. So I'm going to show you here backup camera. Again, the push button. You're just going to pull the button to put it in reverse. Your backup camera comes up. You're going to have your park assist lines, which you can actually turn off if you want by just touching the screen and the lines go away. But that park assist is nice because as you start to back up and you turn the steering wheel, it's going to kind of guide you into the spot. It's also going to give you a warning there when you start to back up close to something. The new feature that they also added to the 2018 Terrain is your driver alert seat. So as you start to back up, instead of right now in any other car, you'd hear the beeping as you start to get close. What this does, it will actually pulsate the seat, so it kind of grabs your attention and lets you know that you're getting close to something. So that's our ride along in the all-new 2018 GMC Terrain. I hope you liked it as much as I did. It's a great vehicle. For more information, stop on down and see us. We have plenty of these things in stock, or for more information, you can visit us online at smailgm.com.